How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown video. In this video I'm going to give you a short breakdown of how I made this astronaut walking in space scene in Blender in just a few hours. Basically you just need a few things ready before you start, and for this scene I needed a astronaut, a earth model, some few 3D scanned assets to fill the entire scene and make it feel like this is another planet, a rocky planet, and an HDRI to a space HDRI actually. So first I made this model using AI. It was pretty easy for me. I told ChatGPT to give me a text to image prompt for a detailed astronaut, but you can see there are some point where there's a problem in the texture. The texture is not good, but it doesn't matter since you will only be seeing the backside of the astronaut. And how I did this was ChatGPT gave me a text to image prompt. I put that prompt into Gemini. It gave me a image in a T-pose of an astronaut, and I gave that image to Tripo, and there you go, I have my 3D model ready. Then I uploaded this model to Mixamo to make the rig, and also I used their walking animation for this scene. And there you go, I have my astronaut ready to walk on the planet. Then for the foreground I subdivided a plane, and using the proportional editing I played with this terrain, make it not a flat surface but uneven surface. Then for the 3D assets, I got these 3D assets from Quixel Bridge. The textures and the mesh was really high poly, and I needed that, so I instanced them here and there using these different 3D assets. You can also call this kit bashing. Also, the large terrain behind this in the far distance is also from Quixel Bridge. This you can find this huge terrain 3D assets from Quixel Bridge, and all of these assets have the same color because I used hue saturation node on them. Otherwise they would look pretty bad because they have different colors, and I didn't want that. I wanted them to be pink and same color texture. For the plane I searched for a rock material, and I used this one, then used the hue saturation node to make it yellowish rather than pinkish. And for this sphere, this is basically just a sphere, UV sphere, on which I used the earth texture from Blender kit. And for the HDRI I used the space HDRI, space scene with the nebula. I used this HDRI for my scene, and you can see I decreased the strength. If this was 1, you would find the earth wouldn't have the shadowy side, and I didn't want that to be pinkish, so I reduced this the strength only to have the stars visible only. Then for the lighting I used the sunlight and played with its rotation until I got what I needed. This direction worked out for me, and in this scene I used a cube using a volume scatter node on it to make the scene look very far away. And for the rendering I used the noise threshold to be 1, since Blender 5.0 gives good result at 1 noise threshold, and also to reduce render time. Otherwise it would have taken me much more time to render it out if this was 0.1 or 0.01. And the light path I kept everything at 4, not the volume, I didn't need that. And the indirect lighting to 3, obviously to reduce render time, and you don't need more than 3 or 4. And check this, In the compositor, put this on GPU, not CPU, for faster compositing. And memory 512, persistent data checked. And the color management, I used the color AGX. So after that I rendered it, I pressed render, and I jumped straight to compositing. In this I will show you what I did. At first I used the mist pass for more fog. You can see the difference. You can leave it, you don't need to do that, but I needed it more foggish. Didn't need too much fog, otherwise it would look like this and it doesn't look good, so kept the value at minimum. Then I used a glare node. You can see the glare coming off over astronaut, and also from this side of the earth. If I see the glare kind of gives you a atmospheric illusion. Then turned on bloom, because I like using these two modes. A little bloomish scene, it looks very good. And then in the color balance I made this scene more bluish, because without it looks yellowish more, and I didn't need that. I need it to be blue. So I played with its parameters, and until I got the value I needed, and I was happy with it. Then I also added a sun flare, a lens flare or sun flare. From I got this image from Google. Then I, using the transform node, I played with its location, and this was the final location. Then I used the hue saturation node. Without it, it was looking like this, and I didn't need the orange part. I needed it more bluish or greenish. Then using the mix node, I combined them, and I have my lens flare. You can play with its value. You can have more stronger lens flare, but I didn't need that much strong. And then I also added lens distortion, since every camera has lens distortion in it. Put it on fit, and there you go. I have my whole scene ready in just a few hours. Basically it took me 4 hours, 2.5 hours to gather the assets and texture them, to gather the assets and the model of astronaut. Then the other 1.5 hour for texturing and layout and blockout, and leading to the final render. And then rendering took me like 2 hours, so it took me 6 hours to make this whole scene. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye.